Awesome. Thank you all for coming out tonight. Welcome to the Bottle Cap Barn. And I've seen most of your faces before. There's a few new faces. So to understand, we basically just host this, and we have a tremendous amount of friends that help us do it. You know, the Baileys and the Butlers, and the list goes on, but they've been part of it forever. You know, our friend Big Dave. And basically how we do this and run it, we have a hat down here that we'll pass around, and everything that you donate goes to the band. They also have a table set up here with their merchandise. You come through, they got CDs, and they got stickers and badges and all good stuff to take a look at. So take your time tonight and do that. But we will be passing our hat around a couple of times tonight. So anyway, who I'd like to welcome to the stage tonight, these couple of gentlemen here were our second act to ever play here in 2009. That's how long ago it was when they first came here. There's a picture of them up in the bathroom, the urinal, whatever you want to call it. And all there was just this wood wall with the little cat. Man, they were like screaming in the mics and having a good time. So, and we've had them back here a few other times since that. So, without further ado, I want to welcome to the stage Brock Zeman and Blair Hogan. Thank you guys. Welcome.
Shake, shake, like a Mr. Twister through the lake. Reel it in even cast. These summer days move like molasses. Heat's getting to my brain. I swear I saw the devil sitting in the shade, nodding in and out of sleep. Fishbone's tangled in his goatee. There won't hitch nothing in this heat unless you sink it to the bottom. When they ain't biting, can't do nothing but just stare down your bobber and sweat, sweat, sweat. Oh, you just sweat, sweat, sweat. That's all there is to do is sweat, sweat, sweat. When it's too hot for moving, best thing you could do is just sweat. If I had an El Camino, drive down Main Street real slow, tar popping neath my tires like a dusty needle on some warped vinyl, winking at the pretty girls with the frizzy hair and the slippery curves, slinky little summer clothes. Girl, get some meat on them brittle bodies. Well, I'm flipping through the static on my radio. Plastic people spitting Paul by one. Blood, rock, and roll and sweat, sweat, sweat. Oh, gotta hear you sweat, sweat, sweat. Just got to feel you sweat, sweat, sweat. Well, you wanna fight and chant, you either make them people dance or sweat. You know, I once had a girl just my type, with a dirty mouth and a filthy mind, just a little on the shady side. Damn It's like a silk sheet on a clothesline, always sucking on a cigarette. Smoke halo hovering just above her head. She drove me half crazy half the time. Yeah, and the rest she drive me plain wild. When she didn't leave a note, say that she was leaving 8 days in a row. I just stared down my ceiling and I sweat, sweat, sweat. Oh, I just sweat, sweat, sweat. All I could think to do was sweat, sweat, sweat. When my baby left me here, I didn't shed one single tear. I just sweat. I just sweat. Oh, I just sweat.
Thank you so much, everybody. We're so happy to be here. It's hot. We're going to sweat. Yes. Said the Canadians. All right, we're going to be playing a whole bunch of songs tonight. Just put out a new record. It's called Pulling Your Sword Out of the Devil's Back. And this is second track on it. It's called Walking in the Dark. Just me and my dog. You're alive such a short time, and you're dead so long. And you gotta do something, keep the blood flowing to your heart. Even something foolish, like walking in the dark. Ah, he's a good dog, best there's ever been. And I've had me some good ones, just not like him. He don't tear up my furniture, he don't chase down cars. He just happy to be here with me in the dark. I picked up this habit some time ago when my lady, she left me for Toronto. You know I miss her madly, but I love these stars, and she loves them city lights, and I love the dark. Yeah. Couldn't see it if there was. Once in a while there's a falling star, but no UFOs. People are scared of some lunatic waiting around to cut them all apart. Well, let them all stay inside there, 'cause I'm walking in the dark. Cut off one of your senses, the others pick up the slack. Just heard a cricket clear his throat, smelt the dust off a moss back. You can feel the moon's heartbeat, you can taste the fog. You see things so clearly out here in the dark. Why, I see my shadows, the eye follows me, like a black and white sketch of the man I wanna be. Looks like he could level mountains with a twist of his arm. For now he's dancing in and out of the moonlight in the dark. Life's an illusion. It's all mirrors and smoke. No matter what you've been reading, no matter what you were told, we're all just pops and hisses, trying to make a mark, bumping into each other, walking in the dark. Well, I'm walking in the dark. I'm walking in the dark. I'm walking in the dark. I'm walking in the dark.
What did you say?
Drop your bike? Nah, day before tomorrow? Okay, cool. So we almost didn't make it. We went to the border to go in, and they didn't have Blair's paperwork. No fault of our own. We found out, thankfully, because I was quite worried. I was trying to block Blair's view as she told me his paperwork didn't come in, just so he didn't think, you know. And but we finally got it worked out. But for a second there, it looked like I was going to be traveling alone and leaving Blair at home. It would have been a long-ass drive. We drove all the way here from Ottawa, Ontario. 22 hours. You hearing a hum?
No, I just got a shock.
Oh.
Wake me up now.
It's my guilty pleasure of loving the... He always gets the shot. Well, I'm pacing down the hallway, telephone been ripped off the wall. Guess it don't matter anyway, it's probably too late to call. Stumble back to my empty room, drink down my last swallow. Good Lord, I wanna see you day before tomorrow. Can't tell if this is living or just a running around. Feel like a rat on a treadmill or just some wine-drunk clown. Sing my throat raw, but the words still sound hollow. Good Lord, I wanna see you day before tomorrow. But I slit tomorrow's throat, living each day like it's my last. Always a hole in my pocket, always a hole in my glass. I went fishing for yesterday and I reeled in empty bottles. Good Lord, I wanna see you You guys are real easy to play for. I love it. You always hear like, hell yeah, and Joe going like, that's crazy or no, get out, man. Sounds like Joe. Well, her daddy had a shotgun, a temper and a drinking problem, and her mama had a busted smile, cotton dress and a black eye, and she had a bag of clothes and $20. The sun was down and her mind was made up. She saw them headlights coming and whispered to herself, well, here goes nothing. He had his hair slicked back and some whiskey breath, bloodshot eyes and a pack of cigarettes. He said, where you headed? She said, no clue. He said, well, you're in luck, honey, 'cause I'm heading there too. Snakeskin boots and a switchblade, a gold money clip getting empty, a short future and a long past, an El Camino and a tank of gas. She had a song singing in her head, said, I love this town when I'm leaving her left to keep from going crazy. Gotta get a little wild. I might be young, but I ain't no child. We got one foot on the ground and another in the grave. You're either living your life or taking up space. She ain't sad or sorry and she ain't wrong. She ain't leaving, she's just gone. Well, a gas tank sang a song called Empty. He filled it up and then he tossed her the key. She saw the gun, said, what you doing anyways? Just something you remember, honey, when you're old and gray. But he come out with his hand, clenching his chest and his white t-shirt. Well, it was turning red. He had some money in a bag, a case of beer. Hit the gas, honey, let's get out of here. Well, she opened a beer, took a big gulp, barely squeezed a word through that lump in her throat, and all she could think of as she drove away was Jesus Christ, I never even got his name. Then she pulled off down a dirt road. When his breathing stopped and his eyes fell closed, she took the money, tucked it in her pocket, kissed him on the cheek, started walking. She had a song singing in her head, said, I love this town when I'm leaving her left to keep from going crazy. Gotta get a little wild. I might be young, but I ain't no child. We got one foot on the ground and another in the grave. Either living your life or taking up space. She ain't sad or sorry and she ain't wrong. She ain't leaving, she's just gone. Well, a few days later in a few more towns, she walks into a diner. She quietly sits down and with some of the money, she orders up some food, and that's when she sees his face on the front page of the news, and it says a man died from a bullet in the chest after robbing a gas station. A few nights back, the lipstick on his cheek said he wasn't alone. By the time they made the scene, she was already She had a song singing in her head, said, I love this town when I'm leaving her left to keep from going crazy. Gotta get a little wild. I might be young, but I ain't no child. We got one foot on the ground and another in the grave. Either living your life or taking up space. She ain't sad or sorry and she ain't wrong. She ain't leaving, she's just gone. Cheers. What's that? Oh, cool. Thank you. It's been worth the drive already. I love it. I love it. You know. This is kind of a strange tune. This is a summer song. It's what my summers are like. Actually, they're a little darker than yours, I imagine. It's called Chicken Bones. You got your chicken bones. You put them in a pot. You stir them all around until it's piping hot. Well, I know what I am and what I'm not. So come on in. Supper's ready. Well, it's a perfect day for a thunderstorm. And everything that mattered, well, it just don't anymore. Roll down the windows, baby. I can feel it coming on. When it rains like this, just don't wanna do nothing. She's twice as pretty as yours, and you know she suntans nude right out there in the yard. My neighbor tore down his fence. Oh, she won't do it no more. That sumbitch, he ruined it, man. He ruined it for the both of us. Well, there's a dirty old dog lying neath a shade tree, and he don't bark at nothing that he can't see. But he's twice as good looking, and he's twice as lazy as me. I guess he got it all. He got it all figured out. Yesterday you were born, and tomorrow you're old. It all just passed right by you while you were poking at your cell phone. Well, when your pretty little smile gets full of pretty little holes, well, princess, what you gonna do when you're just as ugly as the rest of us? Well, out on the porch, there's a rocking chair. I nearly busted all its legs just from going nowhere. But with the right kind of eyes, and the right kind of head.
Kingdom come is wherever I'm sitting.
That'll be on the summer hit parade one day, I'm sure. Oh, there's a bug. Yeah, it's the June bug you're attracted to. One's gonna go right in my mouth. I know it. How about little details? Oh, I remember all your little details, from your bed head to your tiny, tiny toenails. The way you talk while you're sleeping, to the boom, boom, boom of your heartbeat. And once I pick up that thread, it's hard to put it back down, and my body just carries my mind around. Yeah, my body just carries my mind around. Everything that's floating around in thin air is written down upon a page somewhere. All them little conversations are packed up in boxes and stacked up in some basement. You're more apparition than actor as I lick my little finger, looking for some happy ever after as I'm fanning through the pages of some dusty old chapter. I remember all your little details, from your bed head to your tiny, tiny toenails. The way you talk while you're sleeping, to the boom, boom, boom of your heartbeat. And once I pick up that thread, it's hard to put it back down, and my body just carries my mind around. Yeah, my body just carries my mind around. Damned if the whole thing don't get twice as big once you start dissecting all them little things. As it's slipping through your fingers, sticking to your skin, you rub it in your hair, man, it lingers till it mingles with the air you breathe. Oh, it distorts everything you see, pushing in from all around you like a sunny summer sidewalk, eating up an ice cube. I remember all your little details, from your bed head to your tiny, tiny toenails. The way you talk while you're sleeping, to the boom, boom, boom of your heartbeat. And once I pick up that thread, it's hard to put it back down, and my body just carries my mind around. Yeah, my body just carries my mind around. Oh, I remember all your little details, from your bed head to your tiny, tiny toenails. The way you talk while you're sleeping, to the boom, boom, boom of your heartbeat. And once I pick up that thread, it's hard to put it back down, and my body just carries my mind around. Yeah, my body just carries my mind. Oh. Thank you so much. This next one's a new one that we just kind of been working out. It's going to be on, hopefully, the next record. It's called The Subterranean Subconscious Blues. Might have gone a little overboard on the title here. I was feeling it. Sometimes I can't control my mind. I keep trying, yes, I'm trying. Sometimes I can't control my mind. Sometimes I can't control my mind. I keep trying, yes, I'm trying. Sometimes I can't control my mind. Bouncing thoughts off your subconscious is the only way you're gonna get what you really wanna get. Cause hanging around the house like your taxidermy have your brain racing like a roller derby. And thinking about trouble brings about more trouble. Why don't you ask the pothole how it became a big puddle? Ugly thoughts, they just make you mean. You don't check them at your senses, they dissolve into your bloodstream. Sometimes I can't control my mind. I keep trying, yes, I've tried. Sometimes I can't control my mind. Sometimes I can't control my mind. I keep trying, yes, I'm trying. Sometimes I can't control my mind. We were talking about nothing, which is something that was nothing new. Our tongues were brooms that swept silence from the room. Now all them little talks kind of blur together, and I gotta live with them now, same way I live with the weather in it. It's alright. I just push them all, push them all, push them all to one side. It's alright. You gotta get it on, gotta get along and get on with life. Sometimes I can't control my mind. I keep trying, yes, I'm trying. Sometimes I can't control my mind. And sometimes I can't control my mind. I keep trying, yes, I'm trying. Sometimes I can't control my mind. Thank you so much. Sweat in me eyes. It's terrible. This next one's also off the new record. It is, I tried to write a song about an ex-girlfriend, and when it was all written, it turned out it was about her dad. I don't know how it happened, but it did. This one's called 10-Year Fight. Well, I saw your old man at the store today, and if he saw me, well, he sure didn't wave. I don't expect we'd have had a whole lot to say. It all happened so long ago. Well, his eyes look tired and far away. Just yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, and have a nice day. And it got me in the guts to see him limp his way to his truck, then down the road. 'Cause he always treated me kindly, always treated me good, for a given reason as to whether he shouldn't or should. Drinking beer in the garage, he poked under the hood, looking awkward in his own skin. Like the first time he come by to get your stuff, it was all over the yard, and he's out there, he's picking it up. And I was standing my ground, trying to look tough, but I went out and I helped him after a bit. And now he can't even say your mama's name, and he ain't been the same since he found her that way. His brand new wife's been born again. Oh, and daddy's little girl, she's gone wrong. And at 1 a.m. on a Sunday night, when I finally lost the battle of the 10-year fight, and I broke a promise to myself, neither 40-watt light, I swore that you would never get a song. Don't it look like I was wrong? Well, I remember you taking all them pills, then calling the cops, and now he called me on the phone, and now I could hear him sobbing. I said, is she okay? Well, then okay, and hey, man, no problem. Then I hung up the phone. And I remember laying on the couch for a month or so with a head full of wine and some pills of my own. And now he was just in the neighborhood, thought he'd drop by, say hello, and he kind of made me feel a little less alone. And now he can't even say your mama's name, and he ain't been the same since he found her that way. His brand new wife's been born again. Oh, and daddy's little girl, she's gone wrong. And at 1 a.m. on a Sunday night, when I finally lost the battle of the 10-year fight, and I broke a promise to myself, neither 40-watt light, I swore you would never, ever, ever get a song. Don't it look like I was wrong? Well, the last time he stopped by, I guess, was after he'd heard he wouldn't look me in the eye till he was leaving, and he turned. He said, you might save him from the fire, but you'll always get burned. Trick is to tell when you're playing the fool. And I don't know why I'm sitting here now, going on about this. It just struck me so sad, and it seemed to stick. But it's just another man with scars, got all caught up in your shit. And it ain't like I was thinking of you.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. We are passing the hat this evening, and I'm not going to lie to you. We need your money. I'm not kidding. We need your money. And we're going to do this one now. After writing so many songs like the last one, I decided to try and write one that was kind of like, hey, go get 'em, you can do it. Some sort of uplifting thing. This one's called Drop Your Bucket Down the Well. Ready, ho? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Old man got a tin cup trying to hustle up some nickels and dimes. Said I'll tell your friend, soon as I hit the brim, I'm gonna make it rain red wine. 'Cause 100 little penny still makes a dollar. Gets heavy, but it spends still. Never heard of a man getting any water, yelling at a cloud to bend to his will. Gotta drop your bucket down the well. Little spider spitting ton of wires all around my window pane. Wait all night till I feel that fly come. I make a shake, shake, shake. Patience is a #1 virtue with persistence hot on his tail. All I know for gospel truth, you want to get to heaven, you gotta walk through hell. Gotta drop your bucket down the well. Well, everybody's looking for a rainbow. Everybody wants to get a little bit of gold. Everybody wants to get to paradise, but nobody wants to build the road. Gotta drive that camel through the needle, boy. Take the devil by his tail. Money only answers to a heave and a moan. Don't let it look love a hard-working man. Yeah, you gotta drop your bucket down the well. You gotta drop that bucket. Roll down the way. You gotta drop that bucket.
All right, back to the sad song. How about the one with the thing, Dead Man Shoots?
Well, I walked 1,000 miles in a dead man's shoes, just a whistling Dixie and singing the blues. They say that you can have your cake and you can eat it too, but that you won't get far in no dead man's shoes. You gotta get yourself a big piece of rainbow pie and open up wide, in the dream that comes true ain't always in tune when you're walking in a dead man's shoes. Walking in a dead man's shoes. Well, I've learned a lot of things that I learned in school, and I did all the things they told me not to do. And old habits hang on like old tattoos when you're wearing out the soles of a dead man's shoes. You gotta get yourself a big piece, rainbow pie and open up wide, in the dream that comes true ain't always in tune when you're walking in a dead man's shoes. Walking in a dead man's shoes. While we're all waltzing
our way to a hole in the ground. But you still hear me holler when they lay me down. Each day goes by, my smile gets wider. Each step I take, these laces get tighter. So get yourself a big piece of rainbow pie and open up wide in the dream that comes true, ain't always in tune. Get yourself a big piece of rainbow pie and open up wide in the dream that comes true, ain't always in tune. When you're walking in a dead big piece of rainbow pie and open up wide in the dream that comes true, ain't always in tune. When you're walking in a dead yourself a big piece of rainbow pie and open up wide in the dream that comes true, ain't always in tune. When you're walking in a dead man's shoes, walking in a dead man's shoes, walking in a dead man's shoes, walking in a dead man's shoes. Has it? Well, do you still know it?
I'm okay with it.
Well, it's the end of the world, and it's just you and me. I know it might sound crazy, but I always knew it'd end up this way. The buildings were collapsing and the sky was on fire. I said, there's nothing to be afraid of, and you said, well, you're a terrible liar. You look like an angel, and I prayed you had wings so I could hitch a ride on up to heaven, try and sneak through them pearly gates. 'Cause it's the end of the world, and it's just you and me. In a second now that sun come tumbling like a cannonball and go out in the sea. You held my hand as the sky ripped in two. Before it all came crashing down, you said, I love you. And I knew right then, these would be my last words, so I said, kiss me quick, baby, it's the end of the world. Yeah, kiss me quick, baby, it's the end of the world. Well, the rich were drinking martinis on a spaceship to the moon, while the poor pulled out their hair and wrung their hands and waited round to their doom. And God shook his head as his voice shook the sky. He said, I told y'all once, wasn't gonna be water, but fire next time. You held my hand as the sky ripped in two. Before it all came crashing down, you said, I love you. And I knew right then, these would be my last words, so I said, kiss me quick, baby, it's the end of the world. Yeah, kiss me quick, baby, it's the end of the world. started trembling. Then for a second everything went quiet. I saw that you were crying, and so I pulled you in tight. I looked deep in your eyes as I leaned you back. Then I kissed you hard as everything went black.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, we're going to try this one. This is back when we pretended we knew how to play bluegrass music.
We've only got worse at pretending.
Yeah, we've gotten way worse. We haven't played it for a while.
Actually, yeah, you know what it is.
Yes, Joe, get your banjo. Blair just looked at me and said, I'm just going to play the guitar on this one. And then he got busted.
No, and I'm glad.
Where's your banjo, Joe?
I do that far too often. Let's see if it works.
Okay, this song's in C sharp minor.
That's my favorite key. It isn't actually too far off.
Me? Heard somebody tell me. In the distance there's two roads. One short, one runs around the bend. One goes on and on. At the end there's a song. Down the other's a girl holding out her hand. Well, I'm going far away. I'm wishing, Lord, I could stay. Over the hill I hear the whistle of a train. Write my name, Caroline, cross the skies of your mind, and I never will leave you again. Well, I got this old guitar, and I got me some blues songs to sing. Like a hobo with his pack, wear my guitar on my back. Like some folks, they wear wedding rings. Well, I'm going far away, I'm wishing, Lord, I could stay. Over the hill I hear the whistle of a train. Write my name, Caroline, cross the skies of your mind, and I never will leave you again. All right, Hogan. Honey, don't try and hold me back. You know I'll be boarding that train. Honey, I don't give a damn if I ever wear a wedding band. Whenever I hear some picking on some strings. Going far away, I'm wishing, Lord, I could stay. Over the hill I hear the whistle of a train. Write my name, Caroline, cross the skies of your mind, and I never will leave you again. Write my name, Caroline, cross the skies of your mind, and I never will leave you again. Yeah. right if we do one more and take a little break? Or you guys? Okay. Oh yeah, whatever. No.
I'm glad you called me out on that because honestly, I do that almost every night I bring the band over.
It's very Canadian of you, Blair. I'm glad you called me out on that, man. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't mean to forget. It's just switching sucks.
All right, we're going to do this one. Take a little break. This one's called Rain on the Roof. Well, the rain, it just keeps falling like the tears of a widow who is staring at a picture of her long-lost lover. She drinks sherry in the morning and her TV's always blaring. She says it gives her the feeling like somebody else lives there. She says the rain makes her miss her old man.